Okay, so let's start. Welcome everyone to this Impact Builders webinar. Okay, from the X2.0 project. I'm Guillermo Mateos. I'm a research and development consultant in Zavala Innovation Spain, one of the partners of this project, and I'm also, let's say, the Impact Builder mapping responsible. Okay, so I will be the main contact for this type of issues while mapping the impact builders for you to join the project and so. So this is the agenda for today's meeting. The webinar is going to be 1 hour length. Okay. So first of all, I will be explaining this agenda, and after half an hour or so, we will open a question and answers turn. I have to say, first of all, that this webinar is being recorded. Okay, so and the recording will be available in our website and in our social media. So first of all, about the project, some of you are already onboarded in this project, no? But most of you here are new. So I'm gonna explain you a little bit about the project. The X2.0 is a EU funded sustainable legacy project of X Europe, another EU funded project that aims to deliver needs-based, custom, industry-focused growth programs to the 50 most innovative deep tech startups in Europe, with the aim of enabling them to scale market-ready applications cross-border. So the partners of this project, the consortium, is led by F6S with Zavala Innovation and ICT Hub as partners also. So what is a growth program? What we call a growth program. This is a 5-month service provision program in which we will be selecting 10 startups per cohort, per open call. Okay, now currently, and this webinar is more focused on our third open call, because we have already started the first two open calls, and this webinar is for the third one, the HealthTech and BioTech open call. So we will be selecting 10 startups for this industry, the health tech and biotech, and also we will be doing for those startups applying to the program the the needs assessment program. We will tailor the program to its needs, okay, and we will then match, this is the important thing for you, the impact builders with those selected startups. So what we are selecting is 10 startups, but we are selecting more than 10 impact builders for sure. So what I have said, these are the open calls that we will be, and we have launched for X2.0. The open call 1, manufacturing circular economy, is already closed. We have already selected the startups, and some of them, maybe some of you here in this webinar, are already working and have started working and providing services to these startups. Also, the agri-tech call, the open call 2, we have already selected the 10 startups, and we are starting this needs assessment process, and soon we will contact those impact builders onboarded to match them with these startups. And the open call 3, which is the important open call today, the health tech and biotech, we just launched the startup, the application form for startups, okay, and also for impact builders. So let's go to the key point, to the main point, the impact builders. The impact builders are those service providers that can provide services within this, what we call the innovation matrix. Okay, this type of services. You can see that this is a huge matrix of services regarding financing and investment seeking, deep tech scientific aspects, business development and scaling up, promotion and communication, internationalization and soft landing, and finally commercialization and legal aspects. below these 6 big tags of services, you can find potential services that you might be offering to the startups. But as you can see below also, there is no other limit that the services that you are willing to provide must fit one of these 6 main categories. Okay, so we think that these categories are broad enough for you to provide your own services, the services that usually on your commercial activity you are providing to other startups or other entities out of this project. So which are the benefits for you and your company? Because I have to say that an impact builder could be an individual and also a legal person, a legal entity, okay? So first of all, the economic benefits for the provision of these required services. For sure, the services you are going to provide to the startups will be reimbursed, because we will be paying the startups amount of money that I will be letting you know after is 30,000 euros, but you will be reimbursed for those services. Also, the establishment of the business relationships with 50 promising companies in different fields, those cohorts that we are mentioning in the cohort. In the webinar, I told you the health tech, smart cities, okay. Also, the attendance to events, seminars, and meetings organized by the consortium. We are organizing EU opportunities for webinars for the startups, and we are calling some of our impact builders to speak in those webinars, okay, to speak about, for example, EIC Accelerator, EIC Pathfinder, Eurostars, or whatever. Also, the ability to promote your company and activities on the project website and our social networks, the participation in a startup support program funded by the European Commission. This is important. And also the possibility of being part of our X2.0 community with networking opportunities with other relevant stakeholders, such as the startups, the impact builders as well, and also the corporates, okay, because we have a little point in this project regarding the corporate matchmaking. We are engaging corporates in our program so they can invest or start conversations with the startup. So we want to create this community of X 2.0. So regarding what we have said about the money, the money we are giving to these selected startups that they will use to pay for your services, for the impact builder services. What we will be doing is we will be giving a grant of 30k euros to each startups, okay. So this grant is divided, or this voucher is divided into 3 pieces. One of them is a maximum of 20k euros, which will be used for the impact builders, for you. The services you will be providing will be of the amount of 20k euros. Also, 5k euros will be for the one-on-one mentorship. Okay, this is also a service, but we differentiate it from the other services. And after the another 5k euros for the event attendance for those startups. This money or this opportunity is not accessible for you, for the impact builders. So in summary, you will be receiving a maximum of 25,000 euros for your services. What I have to say is that the startups could be choosing more than one impact builders for them, so they have to split the money, okay. So that's why we tend to say usually that your expression of interest, your willingness to take part in the project must be competitive enough, so the startups will be choosing those with the best quality and price range. Also, Important dates. So what we call the expression of interest, which is the willingness of your entity, of you, to take part in the project. Okay, this is a Google form. I will show later some of the aspect of this Google form. You have to fill it, and you will be onboarded on our project. The cutoff date is the 7th of August. Okay, for those applying to at least this open call 3. If you're willing to apply to the next open calls, for example, for open call 4 or 5, there is no cutoff date yet. But if you're willing to apply at least to this open call 3, the cutoff date is the 7th of August. Take in mind, please, that you can apply for all the cohorts open. You can apply right now for the open call 3, 4, and 5, to open call 3 and 5, to open call 4 and 5, or to only open call 5, whatever you want. Now, the important thing, no, how to apply. Okay, so it's a very simple process. Okay, first of all, please, we advise you to read the guidelines for impact builders, which are accessible in our website, and here is also the link. We will share the presentation after the webinar, so please check them, because there you could find more information regarding, okay, payments, schedule, what is an impact builder, and other questions that you could have. And also read the facts section, although we will be now, after the webinar, answering some of your questions that you can type in the chat right now when you want. Please read this facts section in our website. Also, you have here the link. And second step, fill in what I have said, the expression of interest. Okay, this Google form online available for you. Here you have also the link. So the expression of interest form, these are, let's say, lesson learned or recommendations from the consortium for you to fill the expression of interest. First of all, please don't leave blank questions, unless the ones referring to service 2 and 3, in case you are not willing to offer more than one service. Okay, the maximum services are 3 per impact builder, so please do it. Fill all the sections with the highest level of detail, because this will be important for the company, for the startups to choose you, no, and for us to make this matching with the startups. We need to know very well what you are offering and match it with what is needed by the startup. So we need the highest level of detail from your side. Also, the incomplete forms will be automatically discarded from the process. Okay, if you're not filling the email or important information regarding the fee ranges of your services, the specification of each service, the description, you will be unfortunately discarded from this process. As I have said, the maximum is 3 services per impact builders, and only one expression of interest is admitted per impact builder. You can submit a lot of expression of interest if you want, but the last one submitted will be the one considered. Also, you will have a version of your expression of interest in your email address. Okay, you will receive it, and you will receive also a confirmation message of successful submission, displayed in real time in the screen once you submit the expression of interest. Anyway, you could contact me directly, or the consortium, or whatever, if you find some issues or you don't know how to fill something, or so. We are glad to answer you. Okay, now summarizing how to apply in a nutshell. First of all, type of beneficiaries. The impact builders can apply. You can apply as individuals or linked to a legal entity. It doesn't matter. Okay, you can be legal. We already have in our pool of impact builders individuals or legal entities. The eligible countries, okay, the eligible countries are the member states of the European Union, including their outermost regions, the overseas countries and territories, and the Horizon Europe associated countries. This, our eligibility criteria is the same as in Horizon Europe. Some of you might know which one is this. So, for example, United States or Canada or Australia are not eligible for this project. Now, regarding the evaluation process, as I have been saying, regarding the impact builders mapping, this is not a competitive process. Okay, so any eligible applicant offering good quality services can be selected to, or will be selected to enter in our list of impact builders. But as I have said, you must fill the expression of interest with the highest level of detail, because therefore it will be easier for us and for the startups to choose you, to match you with the startups. And just for your information, some of the details or aspects to be answered in the application forms are your track records, your project experience, your deep tech vertical focus, the quality of your team, the service cost offered at a market price, or the variety of services that you will be providing. I also have to say that as the startups could choose more than one impact builder can be chosen by one or more startups. Okay. So also as well, the negotiation process, the suitable candidates, okay, the ones that are offering good quality services that fill the form in correct term, will be notified and invited to sign a memorandum of understanding. Okay, this is a pre-collaboration agreement between you, the impact builder, and the consortium, to be included in our list of qualified impact builders, but does not constitute in any way the a final contract with the startups. Okay, this is only between the consortium and the impact builder. So you could appear in our website, we can promote you, we can facilitate your information to the startups, okay? And then the startups will decide in the last term, and you will negotiate apart. Startup and impact builders will be negotiating apart a commercial agreement. And finally, the implementation phase, this information is more elaborated in our guidelines, okay? But what I can say is that the startup and the impact builder, as I have said, will sign a commercial contract to fix the fees and conditions, okay? Because the startup will be paying the impact builder. The flow is the following: we pay the startup this booster of 30k euros, and then the startup will pay the impact builder in the way the startup and the impact builder decide. Okay, this is not our responsibility. You will be deciding with the startup how you are willing to receive the money. So this phase, this timeline that you can see here for month 1, 3, and 5 is the way we are going to pay the startups. So in the month 1, we will ask to the impact builders and startups to elaborate a work plan and KPIs definition. Okay, then in month 3, we will be asking for an interim report with the service provision progress. For you will be elaborating it, the impact builder, and then month 5 there will be a final report with the service provision progress. Why do we ask for these type of documents? Because what we want is to double check, to this cross check between startups, consortium, and impact builders. So we will be paying the startups if the impact builders validates that they are giving the services in a good way, the startup is responding positively to the services provision. Okay, so now this is the timeline for this open call. So first of all, the expression of interest cutoff date, as I have said, is the 7th of August, okay, in noon. Then what we will be doing is assessing the received EOIs. As I have said, not assessing them in a competitive way, okay, but checking the eligibility and if you have filled the form in a correct way and as we have asked. Then by the mid of August, more or less, we will have the short list of those selected impact builders, and you will be notified through email. I myself, I will be sending those emails for you to sign the MOU, okay, the Memorandum of Understanding, this pre-collaboration agreement that I have talked before with the between the consortium and the impact builder. So by the beginning of September, our startups, our 10 startups for this open call will be selected and engaged. Okay, and through September and October, through these months, we will be doing the needs assessment to those startups. Okay, there is no need from for any action from your side until the end of October, in which we will be matching the startups, those startups selected with those impact builders that have applied correctly to the project and that have signed also the MOU. And by the beginning of November, more or less, you will have to sign this commercial agreement with the startups. As I have said, the consortium is not willing, and we will not be saying anything about how you sign the contract. Okay, it has to appear the KPIs definition and some points, but how you're gonna be paid by the startups, how you will be providing the services is not our business in this way. And you will start the services provision by the beginning of November. Remember, 5 months of services provision. As I have said, the MOU is the collaboration framework, okay. And another timeline, as I have said, we will be paying to the startups in 3 payments, okay. The 30% in a first payment when we approve those KPIs, sorry. Then the second payment to the startups in the middle of the service provision timeline, more or less, and then finally the third payment. As I have said also, please remember that you could agree on different payments for the impact for between you and the startups. Okay, so the consortium, will be paying to the startups in the voucher, the 30k euros in this way, okay, in 3 payments after the reports and the KPIs definition and so, but you can agree on something different. You can, for example, agree with the startup that the startup will pay for your services at the end or in the beginning. Okay, so this is not our problem. This should be or must be agreed on the commercial agreement, and we are not going to say anything. Okay, as I have said, when is it expected to start the service provision activities? So for the third call, which is the important today, more or less in November, it will start the service provision until March. Okay, this is the biggest range. So depending on the type of service, you could be offering your service from November till December or till February. Okay, but the biggest range is until March 2024. So now the ecosystem network. I would also like to tell you about the other type of benefits, no, for the impact builders apart from the obvious services provision and the money you will be receiving. So the main one is the channel for impact builders. Okay, we will be, some of you maybe are onboarded on it. We are creating a Slack channel for our impact builders in which you can introduce yourselves. You can there can be networking between impact builders. Okay, you can state which are your services and some of of you could connect with each other, exchange opinions and thoughts. Also, we have that you can check already in our website an impact hub section. Okay, this is the dedicated space for our stakeholders, our impact builders, our startups, our corporates, in which we will be introducing yourselves, okay, with your name, your type of services, your website, your logo, and this is the promotion side of the web page. And finally, also there will be a editorial section in our web with articles, interviews. You could gain visibility, okay, and also what we, as I have said, what we would like from the impact builders as well is for you to make interviews with us, to promote yourselves, to speak in some of our webinars. As I have said, we are preparing some EU opportunities webinars, and we have already invited some of our previous impact builders to speak as speakers, okay, for several topics, and you could be one of those. So this is all. Okay, thank you for your attendance. This is our email, impactbuilders@x2.0.eu, and our social media. Also, you can also contact with me, okay, through our email addresses or LinkedIn or social media as you want, and please visit our website for more information. So now what we will be doing is answering some of the questions. Okay, give me a second, please. Okay, so someone is asking, if we already qualified as impact builder, we need to submit the EOI for each cohort? No. Okay, once you are qualified as an impact builder, you will be you are in our database for the rest of the cohorts. Okay, if you have for those that you applied for, I mean, if you applied for the first open call for manufacturing circular economy, and then for this one, and you're already validated for the first cohort, you are also validated for this one, and we will take you into account. Okay, there is no need for you to sign again the MOB or to or whatever, but it is important for you to know that you have to, we will take into account the cohorts that you have chosen in your first year, expression of interest. Okay. So we have another question. Give me a second, please. Hi. Okay, sorry. So next question. Could you please show again the slide with the facts showing the dates we are expect to provide services? Yes, sure. We will, you will be receiving this slide, okay? Sorry, this is the slide. So this is a tentative timetable, okay, for the following months. We will be updating it in case, but what for the first open call, what we have passed is that the 5 months is okay with us. Okay, so this is the information. Okay, another question is how many impact builders do you expect to have in the database? Well, it depends. We don't expect any number, no? We would like to have as many as possible, because if, in case, for example, you are not qualified, you are not matched with a startup anyway, you will be accessing our Slack channel, our website. We will promote yourselves. You will be able to write articles for our website and social media, and also you will be able to attend our webinars and act as a speaker. But in terms of numbers, I guess for this one we have all more or less 100 impact builders. Okay, but it is important for you to know that there will be 10 startups, and mm, more than one impact builder per startup will be chosen. Maybe one startup chooses 4 impact builders or 3, or okay, so the amount is not very important in this way. Okay, so I guess we don't have any other questions. So to summarize, thank you for your attendance to this webinar. I will be sharing the presentation, the question and answer section also written down, okay? And I hope you will join us. We will be very glad if you join us. And any question, please contact us, as I have said, through our email addresses, through our social media, okay? And we will talk, and we don't mind setting up a meeting with you to explain more in detail, or if you have specific questions about your entity, okay, feel free to contact us. And for those already onboarded, thank you for your for you to join for joining the project. And that's all. Thank you, and enjoy the summer and the week.